There are moments in history when everything changes, moments when the old rules collapse, the old systems break, and new giants rise from nothing. Most people miss these moments because they're too comfortable, too distracted, or too busy doubting themselves. But every once in a while, someone pays attention, someone realizes, this is it, this is the shift. Today, that shift is AI, not tomorrow, not 5 years from now, right now. And if you understand what's happening, you can change your entire financial future. AI is not a trend, it's not a buzzword, it's not something that tech people play with. AI is the new industrial revolution, the greatest wealth shift humanity has seen since the invention of the internet, and maybe even bigger. Just like electricity, just like factories, just like the early days of smartphones, AI is rewriting the rules of money, and here's the truth, you are standing at the front door of the biggest opportunity of your lifetime. Whether you walk through it or not, that's up to you. Every generation gets one moment where the world resets, a moment when everyone starts at zero again. AI is that reset button. Right now, the people winning aren't the smartest. They aren't the richest. They aren't the most connected. The people winning today are simply the ones who decided not to sleep on the opportunity. They're learning the tools. They're taking action. They're building something while everyone else is scrolling, waiting, and hesitating. Think about what's happening. One person with AI can now do the work of 10. A small business owner can automate customer service, marketing, scheduling, invoicing, content creation, things that used to take full teams. A teenager with a laptop can build a brand, create videos, write ads, launch products, analyze data, and run a business with zero upfront cost. A creator can produce a month of content in one afternoon. A freelancer can deliver work twice as fast. A startup can compete with companies worth millions. This isn't normal. This level of leverage has never existed before. Before AI, you needed skill, experience, money, and time. Today, you need curiosity, consistency, and the courage to start. AI gives you the cheat codes. It levels the playing field. Now the only real difference between you and the people making money is how fast you're willing to move. Because while most people wait for the right moment, someone else is learning the tools, making mistakes, and building momentum, and momentum is everything. The gap between people who use AI and people who don't is growing faster than any gap in history. This is the new rich vs. Poor divide, not education, not talent, not background, but leverage. If you learn how to use AI, you become faster, smarter, and more capable than 99% of people around you. If you ignore it, you become replaceable. It's that simple, but here's the good news, you're not late, you're early. So early that most people still think the opportunity is complicated. That's exactly how every revolution begins, with confusion, doubt, and hesitation. But the ones who become wealthy are the ones who act before the masses understand what's happening. So the question is, are you going to watch this opportunity pass by? Or are you going to recognize that AI is the once in a generation power shift that can take you from where you are to where you want to be? Because history is being written right now, and the next wave of millionaires. They're not coming from crypto. They're not coming from dropshipping. They're not coming from luck. They're coming from AI, the new industrial revolution, and you have a front row seat. Most people think the reason they're not rich is because they're missing something, missing the right IQ, the right background, the right connections, the right big idea. But the truth is, none of that matters anymore. In the world we're stepping into, genius is optional. Leverage is mandatory, and AI is the ultimate form of leverage. For decades, the world rewarded people based on how much effort they could produce per hour. Hard work was the currency. If you wanted to succeed, you had to grind harder than everyone else. But now, the game has changed forever. The economy doesn't reward effort anymore, it rewards output. And with AI, your output can be limitless. One person with a laptop and the right AI tools can outperform entire departments. You can be a video editor without editing, a designer without drawing, a marketer without writing. A data analyst without math, a business owner without employees, what used to take teams, meetings, budgets, and experience, now takes one person willing to learn the tools and take action. That's leverage. It means you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need 10 years of skill. You just need the willingness to understand what 99% of people are ignoring right now. AI multiplies your effort. It expands your capacity. It makes you dangerous in the best possible way. Imagine having a personal assistant, a researcher, a strategist, a designer, an editor, a copywriter, a marketer, and a consultant all working for you 24/7, never tired, never distracted, never asking for a salary. That's what AI gives you. It's unlimited manpower, unlimited creativity, unlimited execution speed. You're no longer limited by what you can do. You're only limited by what you're willing to try. And this is why some people are getting incredibly rich right now while everyone else is stuck, because they understand that leverage beats talent. They don't focus on how smart they are. They focus on how much output they can generate. They ask themselves, how can I use AI to create more value than anyone else? You don't need to be exceptional when you can multiply your efforts 10x, 20x, 50x. That's the beauty of leverage. It allows ordinary people to create extraordinary results. The person who wins isn't the one with the best idea, it's the one who executes fastest, with the most leverage at the highest scale. AI gives you exactly that. You can build a business that's automated on day one. You can launch a product without knowing how to code. You can start a service without having the skill yet. You can scale content without being on camera 24/7. You can create systems that work even when you're sleeping. AI doesn't just increase what you can do. It frees you to do the things that actually matter. But here's the part most people never understand. Leverage doesn't care about excuses. It doesn't care about fear. It doesn't care about comfort. Anyone can use AI, but only a few will. Most people will complain about not being ready. They'll wait for the right moment. They'll say it's too complicated, and because of that, they'll stay stuck. Leverage rewards action. It rewards speed. It rewards those who try things before they're fully confident. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to plan every detail. You need to start. Because right now, someone with less talent than you, less intelligence than you, and less potential than you is using AI to build a life you're only dreaming about. Not because they're better, but because they're using leverage. This isn't the era of hard work. It's the era of smart leverage, and if you understand that, money becomes a byproduct of your execution, not your effort. Leverage isn't optional anymore. It's the difference between staying average and becoming unstoppable. If you want to get rich with AI, stop chasing trends and start chasing problems. Money doesn't flow to people who talk. Money doesn't flow to people who dream. Money flows to people who solve painful, real-world problems. That has always been true, and AI just multiplied it by 1,000. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the income you create. That's the formula, and the world right now is full of problems that AI can solve faster, cheaper, and better than anything we've seen before. People think making money with AI is about being some kind of tech genius. It's not. It's about seeing what people struggle with and using AI to fix it. That's it. Businesses don't care about the hype around AI. They don't care about buzzwords or futuristic predictions. They care about results. They care about saving time, saving money, and getting outcomes. And if you can deliver those outcomes using AI, you instantly become valuable. Look around you, every business is drowning in inefficiencies. They're spending too much time answering the same customer questions. They're paying employees to do repetitive work. They're making decisions based on guesswork instead of data. They're struggling with content, marketing, emails, sales, planning, design, communication, and workflow. Imagine being the person who shows up and says, "I can automate that for you." Do you understand how powerful that is? When you become a problem solver, you become indispensable, and AI gives you the toolset to solve problems you previously had no business touching. You can help a local restaurant automate online orders. You can help a real estate agent write listings, create ads, and follow up with leads. You can help a small business owner cut their workload in half. You can help creators edit videos, design graphics, and write captions. You can help e-commerce brands optimize product descriptions, marketing campaigns, and customer support. These are real problems with real demand and real money behind them. Most people overcomplicate wealth. They think they need to invent something revolutionary or build the next billion-dollar platform. But the truth is, wealth comes from solving simple problems that millions of people have. If you use AI to solve those problems faster and better, you win. You can be the bridge between what people need and how AI delivers it. And here's the secret nobody talks about. Businesses don't want to learn AI. They don't want to spend hours experimenting. They don't want to keep up with new tools. They want someone else to do it for them. That someone could be you. You're not selling AI, you're selling solutions. That's the difference. That's the advantage. When you become known as the person who solves problems using AI, you'll never be broke again. People will come to you. Opportunities will come to you. You'll get referrals, repeat clients, and bigger checks. Because problem solvers don't chase money, money chases them, and you don't need to start big. Start with one person, one business, one service. Solve one problem so well that people talk about it. That's how momentum starts, and momentum is how wealth is built. AI is not the business. AI is the tool. You are the business. Your ability to see problems, understand pain points, and create solutions, that's what gets you paid. AI just makes your solutions faster, cheaper, and more valuable than ever before. If you want to get rich in this new era, stop asking, what AI business should I start? And start asking, whose problem can I solve today? Because the moment you become a problem solver, everything changes. Money follows value. Value comes from solutions. And the best solutions right now come from AI. Everybody has ideas, everybody has dreams, everybody has some $1 million plan that they swear they'll start someday, but here's the truth. Ideas are worthless without execution. The world doesn't reward the person who thinks, it rewards the person who acts. Especially in the AI era, where speed matters more than perfection and momentum matters more than planning. Right now, millions of people are talking about AI. They're watching videos about it, reading tweets about it, analyzing charts, making predictions, and arguing about the future. But none of that generates income, none of that builds a business, none of that creates success. The people who are getting rich aren't the ones thinking about what AI might do, they're the ones using it today to build something real. Execution is the difference between potential and profit. You can have the best AI idea in the world, but if you don't take action, someone with a weaker idea but stronger execution will beat you every time. They'll get the clients, they'll attract the customers, they'll dominate the niche, because in this new world, action creates momentum, and momentum creates opportunity. What most people don't realize is that the barrier to execution has never been lower. AI tools have eliminated the excuses. You don't know how to design, AI will design for you. You don't know how to edit videos, AI will edit for you. You don't know how to code, AI will build apps for you. You don't know how to write, AI will craft scripts, ads, emails, and landing pages for you. You don't have a team, AI is the team. So what's stopping most people? It's not skill, it's not intelligence. It's not resources, it's hesitation. People wait until they feel ready. They wait until things are perfect. They wait until the opportunity is safe. But by the time they take action, someone else already built the thing they were thinking about. Someone else executed while they were planning. Someone else took imperfect action and got perfect results. Execution is messy, it's uncomfortable, it makes you feel exposed, but that's why so few people do it, and that's exactly why the few who do become successful. Think about the creators who blew up using AI-generated content. Were they the first ones to think of it? No, but they were the first to post. Think about the freelancers using AI to deliver work twice as fast. Were they the smartest? No, but they were the first to offer it. Think about the entrepreneurs automating entire businesses. Were they the most experienced? No, but they were the first to try. This is the era where execution gets rewarded instantly. You can launch a brand in one day. You can create a product in 1 hour. You can send your first client results the same evening. You don't need 6 months of planning. You need 6 days of action. Here's the truth that separates winners from watchers. The person who executes will always beat the person who hesitates, always, because every time you take action, you learn, you adjust, you improve. You get better. Meanwhile, the people still thinking about their ideas stay exactly where they were yesterday. AI is a multiplier, but it can only multiply what you give it. If you give it action, it multiplies results. If you give it hesitation, it multiplies fear. If you give it excuses, it multiplies regret. This is the moment where you decide what kind of person you are, the thinker or the doer, the planner or the builder, the dreamer or the one who wakes up and makes it happen. Ideas don't change your life, execution does, and in the AI era, the ones who execute fast, messy, consistent will dominate the next decade. Not because they had the best ideas, but because they had the courage to act on them. Everyone loves the hype, everyone loves the excitement, everyone loves the rush of feeling motivated for a moment. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Motivation is temporary, discipline is permanent. Motivation gets you started for 1 day, discipline keeps you going for years. And in a world fueled by AI where tools are unlimited, information is everywhere, and opportunities are exploding, discipline is the real separator. AI can give you leverage, speed, productivity, creativity, and automation. But AI cannot wake you up in the morning. It cannot make you sit down and learn. It cannot force you to stay consistent. It cannot do the hard part for you, showing up every single day even when you don't feel like it. And that's why discipline matters more than anything else. People think AI will make them rich just because it's powerful, but powerful tools in the hands of an undisciplined person accomplish nothing. AI is only as strong as the human using it. It multiplies your actions, but it also multiplies your lack of action. If you're lazy, AI won't fix that. If you're inconsistent, AI won't fix that. If you can't commit to a goal for longer than a week, AI won't fix that either. This new era rewards those who combine technology with self-control. Discipline is the ability to do the work even when the excitement disappears, and it will disappear. That's normal, that's expected. The people who succeed aren't the ones who stay motivated 24/7. Nobody is motivated 24/7. The people who succeed are the ones who say, I don't feel like it today, but I'm doing it anyway. That single decision, repeated daily, is what builds unstoppable momentum. Every millionaire you've ever admired didn't win because of motivation. They won because of routine. They built habits that worked even when their emotions didn't. They didn't rely on hype. They relied on systems, and AI is the greatest system building tool ever created. But it still requires a human to commit. Discipline with AI means setting a daily routine of learning new tools, creating systems that save you time, building projects even when nobody's watching, testing ideas even when you're tired, improving your skills even when it feels slow. Most people won't do this. They want results without repetition. They want success without structure. They want shortcuts without sacrifice. But discipline is the real shortcut. If you want to stand out in the AI era, be the person who stays consistent when others quit. Be the person who practices the skill for an hour every day when others only do it once. Be the person who actually builds something instead of talking about it. Be the person who sticks to the plan when others jump to the next shiny trend. This is how you separate yourself. This is how you get ahead. AI levels the playing field, but discipline decides who wins the game. Imagine where you'll be in a year if you give AI your full focus for just 1 hour every day. Imagine what your income could look like. Imagine the skills you'd build. Imagine the systems you'd automate. Imagine the business you'd create. The version of you who stays disciplined will look unstoppable compared to who you are today. The difference between winning and losing isn't intelligence. It isn't luck. It isn't talent. It's consistency. Long-term consistency beats short-term intensity. Every single time, motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire. If you master discipline and combine it with AI, you become untouchable. Unstoppable, unmatched, because while the world waits to feel ready, you're already building. While they hesitate, you're progressing. While they quit, you're leveling up. Discipline isn't glamorous. Discipline isn't loud, but discipline builds empires, and in this AI revolution, the discipline will rise and everyone else will watch. At the end of the day, everything you just heard comes down to one truth. This is your moment. This is your era. This is the window of opportunity people will talk about for the next 50 years, and you are standing in the middle of it. AI is rewriting the rules of success. It's reshaping industries, opening doors, removing barriers, and giving ordinary people extraordinary leverage. But the tool is not the victory. You are your mindset, your consistency, your willingness to take action while everyone else waits for permission. You've seen how history works. The people who win aren't the ones who sit on the sidelines analyzing every possibility. The people who win are the ones who step forward, who learn the tools, who solve the problems, who execute fast, who stay disciplined long after motivation fades. They aren't special, they're committed. They aren't geniuses, they're consistent. They aren't lucky, they're prepared. And now you have the exact same advantage. You don't need to be born with talent. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need millions in funding or years of experience. You need hunger, you need clarity, you need the courage to start imperfect and improve along the way. Because in this new era, the people who take the first step are the ones who get the furthest. AI has leveled the playing field. Your background doesn't matter anymore. Your past doesn't matter anymore. What matters is what you decide to do next. Will you be someone who watches this revolution unfold? Or will you be someone who uses it to create something massive, something meaningful, something that changes your entire life? You are not too late. You are early. You are ahead of 99% of the world just by listening, learning, and preparing your mind for what's possible. But possibility means nothing without action. Wealth doesn't come from inspiration, it comes from execution. Freedom doesn't come from wishing, it comes from building. Success doesn't come from hype, it comes from discipline. You have the tools, you have the technology, you have the leverage, now you need the action. So make the decision, not next year, not next month, not tomorrow, today. Start learning AI, start using AI. Start solving problems with AI. Start building systems, content, opportunities, and momentum. Start becoming the person your future self will thank you for, because the truth is simple. The next wave of millionaires, creators, builders, entrepreneurs, leaders, they're not coming from luck or chance. They're coming from this moment, from this revolution, from this exact shift that's happening right now in front of you.